Hello and welcome to this educational video on the history of Spectral Infantry.
Are you fucking serious? I only have 12
Some of you may have noticed that there is a name on top of the Ventrilo server. A name known only as Spectral Infantry. What is this name? Who are the people who come to this channel? Where have we come from, and where has this channel, this server even come from? And here I, Spotto, am here to tell you and educate you of the histories of our clan. Spectral Infantry is indeed the clan.
Anybody have any oxen?
You see, a long time ago, in the land of before, the before time, before we had fancy things like flat screens, before we had touch screens, before we had 3D stupid movies, before we had any of that, when my computer's monitor was still a CRT, and my resolution was still 800 by 600 DPI, when we only had things like Soda. Yes. Can you tell? Look at these graphics. These graphics are atrocious. No, games are not all about graphics. Long ago, us old timers, we appreciated games like these, especially games that could run on our crappy computers, such as Soda. Sure, it's not in 3D. Sure, it's only a 2D scroller, and it looks like we're tiny little pixel little soldiers, but it was a great game. Back then, it was a great game. It had the best physics. The ragdoll physics were amazing. You can watch us fall down, watch us dead bodies flip around all over the place, and it was gore, and no one cared, no one was offended by this gore, because you were trying to little pixel people. Now, Soda was a relatively small game back then. It's still a small game now. I imagine the community is much smaller today, but back then it was bigger, and it was kind of an underground game. It was usually considered one of those the best games you've never heard of, basically. It's usually in that category. You had some sort of gaming magazine, you can open it, and there it is. Soda, #1, best game no one has ever heard of. And, well, I personally have heard the game through a different game, Little Fighter 2, which was not really important in this story. And I was just looking at this website of it, and it also covered Soda, so I decided to play it. And it was in the great time before now, a year that many of you may never have heard about, 2005. I'm not sure if any of you were born at this time, but during this time, 2005, the year of the rooster, August, the beginning of August, I began playing Soda. I began playing the regular mode, but the origin of SI did not come from normal mode, no. After a few weeks of playing normal mode, I started playing Realistic Survival, which is very similar to something like Counter-Strike or something. If you want to know, I've never played Counter-Strike, so I can't personally describe how they're similar, but what made RS stand out for me was that your life actually mattered. I mean, in the other games, it was basically capture the flag, and it took like a bazillion bullets to kill people, but in RS, you were a human. You could not see people beyond walls. When you got shot in the head by a Ruger, you died, unless you were Spongy. That's just how it worked. And I liked it. And it was a much smaller community than the major normal solo community, but it still was a community, which was alright back then, here. So, after playing this for a few days, I was invited to a clan, which I got to know through playing, called AW. AW was created a month before, in July, I believe. Its full name was Arcane Waves, which meant mysterious ghost. So, you keep in mind what this means, because it probably will tell you why we call it Spectral Infantry. So I was joined this clan. It was full of many Canadians. I just thought I should add this. Many Canadians. And I too am Canadian, so I just thought I should add this. I'm not entirely sure when Solus came in, because he's probably the second person I've ever met who's still around in Solus. But he was playing. He's probably played the game a lot longer than I have, because I just got into it here. But he's been in many other clans. He's quite a good player. No matter what you say, he's a good player. So you know. Yeah. So AW turned into. So a few months later, AW started to die a bit. So rather than letting it die and then moving on, 3 of us in the clan decided to revive the clan of sorts by changing its name and changing its policies. Rather than keeping this clan nice and small for people we like, we just recruited anyone ever. And so that was also in just GD. So we just recruited everyone, and there was like probably like 20 members, which is like way too many members in the clan. But it was alright. It was good for a while. Although we probably could consider it a newbie clan because he lost let some people in. But then it began to die. Before we let it die, we called it Sexy Orange for some dumb retarded reason. So yeah, so it then died. 6 months later, came back to the game. Because you know, so that's fun. Revived AW again, so called Arcane Waves. This time I think it was run by the leader's brother, the one who created it, brother. Koraz and Way, I should really name these people. There's also Raven, he was the creator. His real name, not real name, but his original name was Vampiric, not the same one that you actually said was in this, not the same one that went to the Ventrilo channel, not that one. That one's different. That one's from that British and swears all the time, but the other point. So, AW came back at this point, and then I'm not sure what happened because my memory is fuzzy, but it probably died again. But I can assure you that Solus was in this clan too. So he came back for this clan. He was either in DS or AW, it seemed. That was the only clan he ever joined, as far as I remember. So afterwards, there happened to be, well, it died again. But then 6 months later, we came back. I think it was 2007 or 2008 at this point. So at this point, all AW has died and come back and died again and came back. So at the third iteration, or maybe the fourth, I don't remember, the clan was renamed Archaic Waves by the leader, Raven, which was, so Archaic means old, so I guess we've been, or ancient, really. So I guess we've been around too long to be considered just mysterious. Now we're old.
Yeah.
I don't know why he named the clan that, but we will ask him. So, Solus was still here, actually. He's been in every version of AW, I'm not sure why. So Solus was still here, me and Solus,
oh wait, let's go.
and we kept playing. We had this bit of drama going on here, like,
So we have one
there was this
minute,
guy named Blunt Raps who,
just go now.
you know, he was kind of a bastard. But, he was really, I mean, he seems like a cool guy, it's just that
Check out the
he
daddies.
just wasn't very,
It's annoying.
he didn't seem to read the atmosphere,
Oh
you know,
my.
like, I'm not sure I'm talking about him, so let's not talk about him. So
Freaking
let's move
out,
on,
man. Get there, hurry up.
okay, so at some point during this time, I began to go on Ventrilo. I did not go on Ventrilo at the beginning. I only communicated with people through MSN, which is the old way of saying Windows Live Messenger for you young'uns. So,
And country
here
gets well again the same day.
I went on Ventrilo. I don't know why I went on Ventrilo. Someone
left trail.
oh my god, getting brain fog. But someone convinced me, I think it was Milk and Cookies. I'll tell you about
so
it later.
close.
And
So
yeah, really, I liked it, but at the beginning I just never spoke because, you know, like everyone who becomes to them in the beginning, they don't speak, they're too shy. I did not ever speak. I didn't really use chat either. Don't forget I remember using chat. I didn't use chat until Country came. We also didn't speak. And Country came after we decided to merge AW with another clan called Born Marine, which was run by a guy named Puzzle Jumper. Born Marine itself was a merger to other clans long before then, but I don't know what they were, so don't ask me. And we put them together, and we decided to call it Spectral Infantry because our clan was called Ghost and their clan was called Soldiers. So, you know, Spectral Infantry, so, you know, makes sense. So we became SI. That's where our name came from, but at this point it was basically just Solus and I. But then Country came when we were SI. Now Country, if you read my old comments, I mean not comics, like on the photo bucket, you know, the one with Sugar Plum's birthday, you know the clan that beat us up, BTK, Born to Kill, Country was actually from that clan. I don't know how he got into that clan, but that was the clan he was in before us. So yeah, we played a lot of Soda, but at this point, once we moved into Ventrilo, we played a lot of other games, including, but not only limited to, Dota, WoW, which is called Rise of the Vigil. I mean, I don't really think I need to tell you what Dota stands for, Defense of the Ancients, but you know. StarCraft Broodlore, Horn, Heroes of North, and League of Legends. These are the games we played.
I feel
besides Soda, and we kind of started becoming like moving from Soda into these games. We played Soda less and less. We didn't really consider too much of a competitive team, and even though we had a lot of good players, we had Milk and Cookies like I said before. He was a pretty awesome guy. We had Viz, who was also quite an awesome guy. The true British dude. Who likes coffee. We had Toto. We had Stevie. We had Scope. I can't remember them all, but you know. So we had a lot of them. So yeah, it was quite good times. It wasn't the same server you were on now. It's not the one that Doughboy owns. which by the way, Doughboy came around this time too, because Doughboy is actually a classmate, not a classmate, but a person who goes to the same school as Toto and those folks. So he was introduced to the event and joined us and joined the clan after one day playing so dot. And it's also the same time Edmund Do came around, but he didn't actually officially join the clan. He was like, "Hope I'm gonna stay in MLB," which I still, even though it's not correct, still think it's called My Little Pony. There is a clan called My Little Pony, but it's not called My Little Pony because MLB does not stand for My Little Pony. So yes, okay. So at this point, now we got me, Solus, Doughboy, and Edmund. So that's about it. So here we go. So we were SI, and this is only 5 of us. Back then in SI, I can show you a picture. Here's a screenshot of everyone that was in our channel. So many people. So many people talked. It was kind of chaotic, and you always had all the in-houses because you had so many people online. There would always be 8, 9, 10 people online, so we were able to have in-houses at all, in-houses as well. It was very fun, and so many people came. I really think so. But we probably continued. We just eventually stopped playing altogether. The main game at this point was Heroes of New Earth. I know lots of people played Dota before this, but once Horn came out, everyone played that. Everyone except me, because I did not want to pay money. I didn't want to pay money to buy games, so I did not play Heroes of New Earth. I played WoW, and I played and Brood War, and I also played Dota and stuff like that, but I never actually tried Horn out. So if you're gonna ask me which is better, League of Legends or Horn, I can't answer you because I never played Horn, and I've only played League of Legends very little, so don't ask me those questions. And at this point I kind of disappeared because I didn't really like Horn, and everyone else played Horn, and I just stopped coming to event for a few months. When we came back though, well before I left, there were like no one. The people started leaving the event. People stopped coming on because very few people actually played it so lot anymore. People just got busy, I guess. And I guess it includes me because I stopped coming too. But particularly half of our clan started to disappear and go into different servers because it was really like this. There were two halves in our clan. When Country came onto a clan, he never spoke. He was like Edmund Duke. He would only spoke in chat. So when it came to our clan, we had to use chat a lot. So, but not all of us wanted to use chat. Some of us just spoke. So at this point, the clan was pretty much broken up to 2 parts. One part was the Horn clan, the part that always played Horn, and also played Diablo 2. I guess that's just reason. Milk. But one part liked playing Horn quite a lot. The other part was the StarCraft side, which I was part of. That was when Country and Solus and I was a part of, because they were the ones on chat, and the other half was the one that talked all the time. And we always were in different channels, one top and the bottom, and we were like playing StarCraft and like getting excited about StarCraft.
See, you could attack the
and then the other half was Horn. So at some point the Horn half just disappeared and went to a different server to play Horn with other people who actually play Horn, and we stayed on our server, which was getting very abandoned. It was a fractured server. It's not the same one we have today again. But at some point this server died, so we had to move on to a new server which Doughboy provided from his friend's server, which he eventually took over. So now it's Doughboy's server on his own, and now it's run by donations. Now again I disappeared at some point here, but I came back to Doughboy's server, and people were, and this was around the time that the StarCraft beta was out, and people were all like, StarCraft beta. Now the only reason I got into StarCraft, like, at the beginning was because Solus didn't really tell me what the hell was going on. It was just like, here, Spot, have a key, and I got the key, and I was like, let's not waste the key, let's just play the game. It was like, it was practically forcing me to play the game, because if I didn't use it, I'd be wasting a closed beta key. So I played the beta with the mod. Everyone had the beta. I'm not sure how that happened, but everyone had the beta. So we played it, and it was really fun. Like, I loved StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2, even though I don't think, I guess to some people it was a cool game to play back then, but I actually enjoyed it, even though I didn't really, even though I was really bad at Brood War previously. So our little group played a lot of StarCraft. It also included BMC, who was here for quite a while, actually. Not sure I named him earlier. BMC was here. He played StarCraft with 2 of us, and so was Chaz. Chaz played StarCraft 2 of us. Wolf came at the same time with Withered, which is like 2010 now. I'm jumping really ahead. Wolf and Withered came at this point, and they played a lot of StarCraft 2 of us too.
How many
particular
observers
UMS
do we have?
maps. I really like UMS
observers.
maps.
Oh, but
My
this is
particularly
ridiculous.
favorite map
Eight
was
observers
that spelling one,
I
which was
think
hilarious
the map-
because you
it's a
could.
pretty big map.
I love that map. I'm not sure. You should really play that
It's like
game,
way many
even though you don't have enough
observers.
people. But
It's a
damn,
fun
that map is
it's
awesome.
way many observers.
So yeah.
I
Oh, and
think
also
they have
the
less
dates.
now
The
because
dates.
it's-
Okay, I'll
so
stop
it's
being
eight-
nostalgic.
It
But
was-
yes,
wow, I thought I was being exaggerated.
Then when we began
So
to start
these,
playing
ultras
StarCraft 2
go
at the
in
end of
those,
2010, and that was when Victor came.
It's kind of funny
Victor
watching
was a
this
friend of
talk
countries who
and
came online, and BMC did not really like Victor that much in the right
Doesn't matter how many
It's probably because they both played
ammo,
Han,
it's
and
just gonna get-
I don't know what happens in Han, but they had
And it's
a fairly antagonistic relationship. So,
like him fourth time.
but then BMC started
like
falling
lots
out
of
of sight, and we actually
Victor's
we liked Victor. Victor's cool.
I mean,
so,
blood explosion with Zerg looks
So he was welcomed into our little community of Finchville. Virtual came. Oh, I couldn't play Virtual. And we had no problems with Virtual apparently, because no one
we
really
have
complained about
air and
Virtual.
we have DTs too.
Besides, fact he's kind of naive, but that's what you expect. So that's basically Virtual is basically well, not really this, but the Rooted at this point kind of fell off the face of the earth. He did not. He wasn't here when Virtual and Victor came. But then he came back, and then he brought with him Satan. So yeah. So and also there were other people from country school that was coming online, but it didn't really stick around, and you know. So
that's a lot of banshees.
so finally, after all that length, all that time, Country was no longer the baby of the clan, because he was always the youngest one, and you were always teasing about it. But now he brought all his friends, and which is why I consider Country the mascot of SI, not only because of his hair, but because he just he attracts the most people that come into our server.
That many
Wicked,
observers.
Brutal, Victor. I mean, and then a bunch of people didn't stay around. Still, I mean, Doughboy's friends didn't stay around. Soulless's friends didn't stay around. There's just enmity, but they didn't really stick around. My friends don't stay around, so I mean, only so Country. Yes, Country is our mascot. Yes. Also because of his hair, I like his hair. So yeah. And at this point, we stopped playing StarCraft 2 so much. I'm not sure entirely why. I know the last time I played, I was one race was running Solus, and I just completely failed. So but we played lots of League of Legends. Not me particularly, because I just didn't really play so much. Even though I got my account earlier in the year in Toxic Pirate Day, which is why I'm called Captain Spotto. But this was when we got. But I play League of Legends now. Everyone plays League of Legends now. No one plays Han. Han used to be a game everyone played, but now it's League of Legends. So there might be a new game we might get into. I mean, there's a bunch of games that we played that weren't really very that didn't really live very long, like Alien Swarm. Even though I still want to play that, it's really fun game, Alien Swarm. And maybe we should play more UMS maps. That's the problem with League of Legends. League of Legends is just League of Legends. Han is just Han, but Dota, well, Warcraft 3 you could play UMS, Warcraft 3 maps, and same with StarCraft 2 you could play UMS maps. So I mean that's the problem with League of Legends and Han. They were strictly that genre. There was no little mini games you could play, which was really fun. I love playing party games. I mean, I like I said, I like Dates. I like that spelling game. I like Starlocks and Warlocks. I like so many games. That Pokemon. That Pokemon's fun too. So yeah. So that was that's pretty much how our clan has been like this entire time. Only a few of us are left. Our clan's been quite big. I could give you an entire list of all the people who's ever been in this clan, and even if I wouldn't be the entire list, but still. But really, the ones stuck around are me, Solus, and then like if I could, I would rip off Defiance's generation thing. I'd probably be first generation, and then Solus maybe first generation, probably second generation, and then like for you, and then maybe Country like fourth generation, and then Doughboy and Edmund fifth generation, and then you guys are all the sixth. You guys are like the ninth generation, because there was like a gigantic gap there. But yeah, the new guys actually. So yeah, that's pretty much been Spectral Infantry, the history of Spectral Infantry in under 20 minutes, I hope. So thank you for watching, and thank you. And if my voice is boring, I hope the footage that you're watching now is at least somewhat entertaining. It began in 2005, and it's still going strong in 2011, and I still hope it continues to go strong in Doughboy's Ventura server. So yeah, keep up the donations so we can stay alive in this Ventura server, and also, adios. Thank you for watching.
You seriously? How did a thief get away with all 12 of my oxen? That's retarded.
God, why do I feel so slow when I play her? Maybe it's just how she moves. It's like.